सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरया तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणममलं यद्वैष्णवानां प्रियं यस्मिन् पारमहंस्यमेकममलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते तत्र ज्ञानविरागभक्तिसहितं नैष्कर्म्यमाविष्कृतं तच्छृण्वन् सुपठन् विचारणपरो भक्त्या विमुच्येन्नरः कस्मै येन विभासितोऽयमतुलो ज्ञानः प्रदीपः पुरा तद्रूपेण च नारदाय मुनये कृष्णाय तद्रूपिणा योगीन्द्राय तदात्मनाथ भगवद्राताय कारुण्यतः तच्छुद्धं विमलं विशोकममृतं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ओम श्री गणेश शारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री शिवाय गुरवे नमः। In the last session we did the 20th verse which goes like कृतवान् किल कर्माणि सह रामेण केशवः अतिमर्त्यानि भगवन् गूढः कपटमानुषः. So it said that Krishna along with Balarama did many leelas taking this kapatamanusha vesham. In the 10th canto, Dashamaskandha, Dvitiya Adhyaya, 2nd chapter, 8th verse, Sri Krishna, Parameshwara, he asks Shesha to take birth in Rohini's Udaram. This is the verse there. Devakya jadhare garbham sheshakhyam dhama mamakam tat sannikrishya rohinya udare sanniveshaya. So Balarama takes birth in Rohini's Udaram, Rohini's Garbha. Also in the 5th canto, 25th chapter, very first verse, the Swarupa of this Balarama is depicted. There it is said clearly that Balarama is none other than Sankarshana Murti, Adishesha, Sankarshana. What is the stanza there in the 5th canto, 25th chapter, first verse? It is in the Gadya Rupa. It's not Padyam, it is not verse, it is prose. Sri Shuka Uvacha Tasya Mooladeshe Trimshadhyojana Sahasrantara Asteya Vaikala Bhagavatastamasi Samakhyata Ananta Iti Satvitiya Drishta Drishyayoho Sankarshanam Ahamityabhimana Lakshanam Yam Sankarshanam Ityachakshate. So that is the line. So there Shuka mentions that Sankarshana is called so because of Drishta Drishyayoho Sankarshanam Aham iti Abhimana Lakshanam. It is Sankarshana who does this Drik Drishya Ekikarana. That word Ekikaranam is used by Sridhara Swami in the commentary there. There he says Sankarshana means Ekikaranam. So he makes these two things into one. What are the two things? Drishtam, that which is seen, and Drik, the seer. So the seer and seen, the projection and the projector, they become one because of Sankarshana. That is Sankarshana's Sankarshanam according to function. Sridhara Swami is Ekikaranam. तस्य मूलदेशे अनन्त इति सात्वितीयाः दृष्टदृश्ययोः सङ्कर्षणम् अहमिति अभिमानलक्षणम् आचक्षते. That is what Shuka says in the 5th canto, 25th chapter, 1st verse. So Sankarshana means one who brings together drishta and drishyam. Drishyam means what is seen and drishta means the seer. The projector and the projected, they come into one unit because of this Sankarshana. Also in the Sri Rudram, when we chant the Rudram, in the beginning we say, Asya Sri Rudradhyaya Prasnamaha Mantrasya Aghora Rishihi Anushtup Chandaha Sankarshanamurti Swarupo Yosavaditya Paramapurusho Saesha Rudro Devata. So in the Aditya Mandala, the Devata that is present is Rudra, and that Rudra is Sankarshanamurti Swarupaha. There also Sankarshana is depicted as Rudra. So Rudra is actually Sankarshana Amsha. And Sankarshana is this Aham Abhimani Devata. All these projections of I and the world, it happens because of Sankarshana. That is why he said as Drishta Drishyayoho Ahamityabhimana Lakshanam Yam Sankarshanam. So, because of this Rama Prasada, Balarama's Prasada, is where we have this projection happening in this world. Projection means you come out of your Surupam and see Anyatha Rupam. So, Surupa Tyagam or Anyatha Rupa Tyagam is possible only by Sankarshana Prasada. And by Krishna Prasada, you get Tadatmyam, you get Ananya Bhavaha. So, both this is required for realizing one's true Surupam or nature. So, that is the Prayojana of Ramakrishna Avatara. When you chant this Mahamantra, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. What happens is by Rama Prasada, the Drishyam which is Anyatha Rupam Tatyago Bhavati, you give up these projections which are happening due to Ajnana by the Prasada of Balarama, and Swaswarupa Avasthanam. That happens because of Krishna Prasada. So that is the purpose of Rama and Krishna Avataras. This was explained in the last verse. Basically, the Swarupa of Balarama we discussed more. How they are Ayuda Siddhi, how Rama and Krishna are non-separable. All this was talked in the last verse. Now in this 21st verse, we are going to talk about this Shaunagadi Maharshis saying that they are very eager to listen to the Leela of Sri Krishna. And before that verse, Sridhara actually gives a short avatarika or introduction. He says, Nanu yajana adhyapanadi vyagranam kutaha sramanapakashaha. Now we the sages are engaged in teaching and learning. And where do we have the time for listening to the pastimes or leelas of Krishna? For that, the sages are saying that it is true that we are engaged in yaga and adhyapana, but still we know that the Kali Yuga is arriving. Due to this onset of Kali Yuga, we want to listen to the story of Hari. That is what he is going to say in this verse. Let us look at the verse. Kalima gatam ajnaya kshetresmin vaishnava vayam आसीना दीर्घसत्रेण कथायां सक्षणा हरेः. So the padacheda is kalim agatam ajnaya kshetre asmin vaishnave vayam आसीनाः दीर्घसत्रेण कथायां सक्षणाः हरेः. अन्वया would be वयं कलिमागतमाज्ञायास्मिन् वैष्णवे क्षेत्रे दीर्घसत्रेण आसीनाः हरेः कथायां सक्षणाः. The meaning is kalim, that is Kali Yuga. Agadam is arriving soon, is going to arrive. Ajnaya, having known, knowing. Asmin Vaishnava Kshetre, in this Naimisharanya, Vayam, we all, the Maharshis, Dirghasatrena, we are performing these elaborate sacrifices to attain Vishnu, Asinaha, and having performed them, we are seated very peacefully. Why? Harehe Kathayam Sakshanaha. Harehe means of Hari, Shashti Bhakti Ekavachanam. Kathayam, in the Katha, in the Leela of Hari. Sakshanaha, we have the Kshanam, we have time. We have sufficient time at our disposal in order to listen to the story of Krishna. That is the meaning of the verse. So, we apprehending the arrival of the Kali age, we have engaged ourselves in a sacrifice of a very long duration in this Naimisha Kshetra, field consecrated by Lord Vishnu himself, known as Naimisharanya. Hence, we have sufficient time at our disposal in order to listen to Krishna Leela. Here Sridhara writes, Kalim Agadam Jnatva, having known that Kali Yuga has arrived, Tadbhiya, being afraid of Kali Yuga, because it's called the age of iron, the age of darkness. Vishnu Padam Gantukamaha, and we are very eager to attain Vishnu's abode. Dirghasatrena Nimittena Atra Asinaha, and we are, in order to attain that Vishnu, we are doing this Dirghasatra, we are doing this Yaga Karma, so that we can see the Lord. And so, Harehe Kathayam Labdha Avasaraha. In the intervals of the Yaga, we also want to listen to the pastimes of Krishna, because that also will speed up the process of our attaining Vishnupadam. Now the question is, you are talking about as though you are Yajana Adhyapanadi Vyagra. You are so much indulging yourself into this sacrificial rituals. Why are you so much indulgent into these sacrifices? What is the need of your doing this teaching, Adhyapanam, amidst all this Sravana? To understand this, we have to look at the mantra in the Kena Upanishad, the 4th canto, the 7th mantra, which says, Upanishad Brahmhim Vava Upanishadam Abrumeti. So he says, Eva Manushishtaha Acharyam Uvacha Shishyaha. There the disciple in the Upanishad requests the teacher, Upanishadam Rahasyam Mechintyam Bhagavan Bruhi. Please tell us what is revealed as a secret in this Upanishad. Eva Muktva Shishye Aha Acharyaha. When requested by the disciple, the teacher says to the Shishya, Ukta Abhita Te Tava Upanishad. I have revealed you the Upanishad, the teaching. Ka Punaha Setyaha. And what was the teaching? Brahmhim Brahmana Paramatmanayam Brahmhitam. The teaching that was revealed to you belonged to the subject matter of Paratma. It was dealing with the Paramatma. परमात्म विषयत्वात् अतीत विज्ञानस्य वाव एवते उपनिषदम् अब्रूमेति. So whatever I have revealed as the nature of Paramatma, that is the content of this Upanishad that you understand. So says the teacher to the disciple. Then he continues in the 8th mantra. Tasye tapodamah karmeti pradishtha vedas sarvangani satyamayatanam. Tasyaha uktayaha upanishadaha. Those Upanishads which were told or taught to you, to the disciple, praptyupaya bhutani tapa adayini. In order to understand the content of the teaching, the prapti upayam, the aid to attain the content of teaching, which is understanding Paramatma, that upaya bhutam, the aid to that, is tapa adini, that is tapas, that is this yagam. So this adhyayanam, tapaha means tapaswadhyayam. Tapaha means teaching and learning, that is tapas. Adini means etc. Adi means kayendriya manasam samadhanam. So he gives a list with the adipada. So that is why the sacrifices and teaching and learning is going on in Naimisharanya. So tapaha means kayendriya manasam samadhanam. Tapas actually means holding your faculties together. Kaya, Indriya and Manas. That are your faculties. Your body, your senses and your mind. They have to be together. They cannot be split. Tesham samadhanam. Having a quietude. A certain quietness of these. That is called as tapas. So through that process of tapas, that samadhanam is achieved. So that is required as a sadhanam for understanding the content of Upanishad. And then damaha is upashamaha. Certain quietude of body. And karma is agnihotra. So that is what the Upanishad says. Tasya tapo damah karmeti pratishtha. You need tapas, you need damaha, and you need karma. Because that is where tasya pratishtha. Tasya means brahma vidyayaha. So the content of the Upanishad is resting on these three. एतैर्हि संस्कृतस्य सत्त्वशुद्धिद्वारा तत्त्वज्ञान उत्पत्तिर्दृष्टा. So only people who have these three are seen as people who understand the content of Upanishad, which is Brahma Vidya. So it has been seen, Shankara says, that the knowledge of the Brahman arises indirectly through the purification of the mind in a person who has been refined by tapas and karma. Drishtahi amrutadi kalmashasya uktepi brahman pratipatti vipirita pratipattischa yatha indra virochana prabhritinam. So even when this Brahman is explained by the teacher properly, those who have not been purged of their faults, when the chitta malinyam is not removed, either disbelieve or misbelieve in it like Virochana did in the ancient times, like Indra did. Tasmadiha vatiteshu bahush janmanteshu tapa adibihi krita sattva shuddher jnanam samutpadyate. Hence only if you indulge in this dhamma, restraint and tapas, then only this knowledge that is inculcated, that is taught, it arises in him who has purified his mind by this anushtanam. Either performed in an earlier birth or in this birth, but without performance of those actions, purificatory action, this Brahma Vidya is not going to manifest in spite of being taught. That is why this Sridhara here writes that this yaga and adhyanam is being constantly engaged by this sages in Naimisharanya, because that is how the mind becomes prepared to understand this content of Upanishad, which is Brahma Vidya. It is also said in the Mahabharata, Jnanamutpadyate pumsam kshayat papasya karmanaha. Only when the papa karma kshaya happens, jnanam utpadyate. So papam and jnanam, they cannot coexist. And not only this, there are several verses in the Gita in the 13th chapter, like amanitvam adambitvam. All these also prepare one for this understanding of Paramatma. So the pratishtha of Brahma Vidya can happen only with these padas. Padas are limbs or legs. Teshu padeshu hi satsu pratitishthati Brahma Vidya. Padbhyam eva purushaha. Just like a man cannot stand without limbs, this Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of Paramatma, cannot stand up without these aids, such as tapas, damaha, and all the adhyanam of these Vedangas. When they exist, then Brahma Vidya is firmly seated. Just as a person goes about with his legs, the 4 Vedas and the 6 supplement Angas, they help the Brahma Vidya. That is why the Sangha Upanga Jnanam, these sages are indulging in. Sangha Upanga Jnana means the knowledge of Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chandas, which means Vedic matter, and Jyotisha or astrology. All this they indulge so that Shat Karma Jnana Prakashakatva Dvetanam. Through all this karma, you get purification and get eligibility for understanding this Brahma Vidya. So these limbs thus protect by illumining the different aspects of the Veda. The Veda being the enlightener of this knowledge, karma are just supplementary scriptures. The yaga which these sages are performing supplement purification of the mind. And they are intended for the protection of these limbs or angas of the knowledge of Brahman. Because the limbs are never separate from the trunk. So if the Brahma Vidya has to thrive, the limbs also have to thrive. That is why he said Satyam Ayatanam. Etra tishtatyupanishatu tatayatanam. Wherever this Brahma Vidya is seated, where is this Brahma Vidya seated? In the Veda, in the Karma Kanda. That is where this Upanishad is resting. That's why the Upanishad is called as Satyam. So Upanishad is Satyam and all these karmas are Angas. They are all limbs. Satyam here, Satyam means Amayita, Akautilyam. Kautilya means deceit. So freedom from deceit in fraud, in speech, in mind and deed. Teshu hi asrayati vidya. Only in such a mind this vidya can bloom. Teshu hyasrayati vidya e amayinaha amayavinaha sadavaha. That's what the Upanishad says. So knowledge or this vidya seeks those who are good natured, who are sadavaha, and who are amayavinaha, who are free from this kapatyam or deceit. Na asura prakritishu mayavishu. Brahma Vidya cannot go to people who are asura prakriti, who have the nature of this asuras, who are full of deceit. Na yeshu jimham amrutam na maya cha. Prashanopnishat in the first kanda 16th mantra. Not in whom there is fraud, falsehood or deceit. So therefore this Satyam, which is the Ayatanam, which is the seat or abode, is the Upanishad itself. And they are Tapa Adishveva Pradishthatvena Praptasya Satyasya Grahanam. Thereby it is indicated that the truth excels others as a help to knowledge. That is why they compare these rituals and practice of truth in Mahabharata, Ashwamedha Sahasram tu Satyam Chat Tulaya Dhritam. They were both put in a balance. On one side, on one scale, they put truth, and the other side, they put Sahasram Ashwamedham, 1,000 fire Ashwamedha sacrifices. Ashwamedha Sahasracha Satyamekam Vishishyate. But the scale went to truth. So it is the truth, Satyam, which always prevails over rituals. So considering all this, apprehending the arrival of the Kali age, the sages had engaged in a sacrifice of a very long duration so that they can purify their mind to attain Vishnaloka. But then, because they understood that the Kali is arriving, so they saw this onslaught of Kali. That is why they say they are Sakshanaha. They have enough time to listen to this Krishna Leelas. One of the things here is that there is a good aspect to this Kali Yuga. In the 12th chapter, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 51st verse, Bhagavatam itself says that Kaler dosha nidhe rajan asti eko mahan gunaha kirtana deva krishnasya muktasangah param vrajet. My dear Parikshit, Shuka says, although this Kali Yuga is a treasure trove of faults, dosha nidhi, but still there is eko mahan gunaha asti. There is still one good quality is there about this Kali Yuga. What is that? Kirtana deva krishnasya. Simply by chanting, taking the names of Krishna, taking Harinama, muktasangah param vrajet, one can become free from all mistakes, from bondage, and then attain Hari. Same thing is mentioned again in Srimad Bhagavata Mahatmya. Kalavyala mukhagrasa trasa nirnasha hetave Srimad Bhagavatam Shastram kalau kirena bhashitam. So kirena means Shukena. Sri Shuka has told this Bhagavatam in order to free the seekers from the clutches of Kali Yuga, this dark age. Again, the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th chapter, 12th canto, 13th chapter, 23rd verse. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarvapapa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanas Tam Namami Haram Param. Tam Harim Param Namami. We salute that Hari. Why? Yasya Nama Sankirtanam Sarva Papa Pranashanam. In the age of Kali, in Kali Yuga, by taking whose name all the papams are erased. Dukkha Shamanam, and all the sufferings of the mind ceases to be. Again in the 12th canto, the 3rd chapter, 52nd verse, he extols the greatness of Kali Yuga by saying, Kride yadhyayato Vishnum tretayam yajato makhaihi dvapare paricharyayam kalau tat hari kirtanat. Whatever result was obtained in the Satya Yuga by meditating upon Vishnu, and whatever result was obtained in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwapara by doing Archana or personal worship of Hari, the same result is obtained simply by taking Harinama, by chanting Krishna's name. Atah kalo tapo yoga vidyaya jnati kriyaha sanka bhavanti na krita kusalairavidehirbhi. Or if you give up this Harinama and try to study or practice austerity or do yoga or meditation, nothing can be done perfectly in this Kali Yuga, because that is the nature of this age. Even the most eminent scholars are going to make mistake in all these disciplines. So in order to take away the deficiency in your sadhana and your practices, chanting of Hari's name is a must. तथा चैवोत्तमं लोके तपस्वी हरिकीर्तनं कलौ युगे विशेषेण विष्णुप्रीत्यै समाचरेत्. In this way, even the most perfect practices that can be executed in this world in Kali Yuga must be accompanied by the chanting of Harinama. Only by chanting Hari's name one can satisfy Vishnu. And finally, Kalau kalmashachittanam papadravyopajivinam vidikriya vihinanam gatir govinda kirtanam. So in this Kali Yuga, where the mind is very impure, why? Because the livelihood is earned by sinful means, and where living is not possible according to the prescribed rules. All the rules will go to it is not possible to observe any rules because of the nature of Kali Yuga. So the only way for liberation left is doing this Harikirtanam. So that is why we are Harehe Kathayam Sakshanaha. So that is the meaning of the 21st verse. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sugino bhavantu sarve bhavantu suginaha sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.